close-up look at all your Concho Valley High School football. This is Inside the Game. Sponsored by Mitchell Automotive Group.
Welcome to Week 3 of Inside the Game with your boy, Keon Russell. Week 3 was filled with a bunch of big games, and we start with the Central Bobcats. The Central Bobcats got their first victory of the 2023 season last Friday night against El Paso Montwood, and they were hoping this is a sign of good things to come for the rest of the year. The Central Bobcats snuck out of Week 2 with a 35-32 victory over El Paso Montwood. The offense took huge strides from Week 1's game with Killeen to Week 2 defeating the Rams. Christian English and the offense showcased his versatility throwing and running the football, which really jump-started this team. The Cats are encouraged after the Week 2 win and are looking to follow it up with a win here versus Abilene Cooper on homecoming night.
I think there's no doubt over the course of scrimmage, Game 1, Game 2, that we got better. You know, I think that we're growing up a little bit. You know, I was real unsatisfied with the way that we scrimmaged and all the penalties that we had. And over the course of the next 2 weeks, we've gotten better. You know, we've trimmed those penalties down, and I think that we're making progress. You know, we still got to continue to improve, but up to this point, I feel good about our progress that we've made. Cooper's a really good football team, and offensively, we're going to have to be sharp. You know, we got going to have to. You know, do our job and do it to the best of our ability, but we're going to have to be sharp in order to play with these guys.
Game time. Central hosting 0-2 Abilene Cooper down at San Angelo Stadium here tonight. First possession for the Bobcats, Javion Robinson, rumble, young man rumble, takes the handoff from Christian English and drags the entire Cougar defense into the end zone for 6, refusing to go down. Defense wants in on the action. Abilene Cooper drops back to pass, but Mason Van Sickle reads it like a book, picks the quarterback off and takes the ball down the sidelines before getting tackled by 2 Cougar players, setting the Bobcats up with excellent ball position. All right, Bobcats ball, threatening to score from the 5 yards out. Javion Robinson does it again, takes the hand up off the middle and walks into the end zone for the score. Final, the English fakes the pass left, comes back to throw it to wide open Tyree Brawley, who coasts into the end zone for another Bobcats score at the half. The Bobcats will go on to lose in a very close one here tonight, 53-45. Now on over to the Lakeview Chiefs, coming off a tough loss last week at home to Sweetwater. Tonight, they look to get the win on the road against Vernon. The Chiefs fell to the Lions last season in Week 3, 23-12. Tonight, they fall in disappointing fashion as well, 42-6 versus the Lions. We have a huge showdown here in this one, Wall versus Jim Ned, a game that had a combined 3 total points in last year's matchup. The Wallhawks defeated the Jim Ned Indians last season 3-0 at home. 2 great defenses who put on an absolute clinic in that one. This season, the Hawks are in for a new challenge. Going on the road in a hostile environment to face the Indians will be quite the test, but the Hawks say that they are up for the challenge.
It's a big week for us. These kids know what's at stake. It's a lot of bragging rights, and so they're not that far from us as far as our scheduling goes, and so we look forward to this game. Both teams after that game went back to the drawing board and made some changes offensively. Both teams got better after that game. You know, they made some changes, we made some changes, and so I think you know, it could be one of those games that kind of shows you your weaknesses and shows you your strength.
A heavyweight matchup that was tonight. Number 4 Wall versus number 9 Jim Ned. First quarter after a converted 4th down, Jim Ned's going to hand it off, and Braden Shipman strolls into the end zone to take the score, 7-0 Jim Ned. Wall trying to convert on the 1st down as well, but the Indians stopped the attempt, taking over on downs. Wall continued to fight in this one all night long, but would end up falling 14-17 in a great matchup. All right, now let's get you caught up on some other scores from District 2-3A Division 2 here tonight. Coming into this one here tonight, the Brady Bulldogs still searching for their first victory of the year. Sitting at 0-2 coming into this one, they faced off against Coleman tonight at home and took the loss 30-14, dropping 0-3 on the season. Grape Creek, another team searching for their first win last week, played a great game against Christoval, but just wasn't able to finish the deal. This week, they look to do so on the road against Bangs, but they would fall as well, 42-6. And then, finally, we have the TLCA San Angelo Eagles facing Winters on the road. The Eagles coming off a great win last week over Odessa Compass, 27-24 in the final seconds. Tonight, they were fighting hard, and right now it's all knotted up at 35 going into the 4th quarter. We now shift our focus and attention to the Christoval Cougars, coming off a gutsy win over Grape Creek last week, 14-18. This week, they welcome in Colorado City. Cristobal looks to find the same recipe of success as they used last season versus these Wolves. In their 26-7 victory, tonight came out and got the game's first score in the first half. Cristobal trails late in that ball game right now, 15-12 to the Wolves. Coming up after the break, we stay right here in District 3-2A for two teams looking for Week 3 wins. We'll tell you all about it in just a few.
Start your day with a Rosa's Cafe steak, fajita, and egg breakfast taco.
All hail the presidential portable restroom. Air-conditioned spaces, TVs, fireplaces, and other amenities. And now under new ownership that's been in the industry since 1983. We cover 60,000 square miles in Central and West Texas. Give us a call for all your portable toilet and restroom trailer needs.
On Season 6 of Fansville by Dr. Pepper, things are heating up.
Mom, Dad, I have a girlfriend, and she likes college football.
The stars have arrived.
I've made my choice. This season, I will be drinking Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream.
And everyone wants a taste of fame.
Welcome back to Chuck's Take, because every fan needs a podcast.
To get a thick color, I use 2 coats of maroon. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
I love your nails.
Thank you.
Are you ready for the Labor Day event of 2023? Come to Trim Furniture and take advantage of the huge savings we have throughout the store, and take advantage of 5 years, no interest. With Labor Day specials throughout the store, come pick out your favorites. Plus, have it right away. Come see all the new specials. Come see all the new products, and take advantage of the 5 years, no interest. So why wait? Do Labor Day now. Do it in style, and do it at Trim Furniture with 5 years, no interest. Trim Furniture across from Sunset Mall, 4002 Wellington.
All hail the presidential portable restroom. Air-conditioned spaces, TVs, fireplaces, and other amenities. And now under new ownership that's been in the industry since 1983. We cover 60,000 square miles in Central and West Texas. Give us a call for all your portable toilet and restroom trailer needs.
Welcome back to Inside the Game. Two undefeated teams coming into Week 3 are ready for this big-time matchup, meeting on the gridiron for their 82nd matchup of all time. The Sonora Broncos versus the El Dorado Eagles, a rematch of last year when the Broncos won 24-7. First quarter, Juan Castillo to Edgar DeLuna, and he will just walk right into the end zone. Broncos lead 6-0. Second quarter, Eagles strike back. Elazar Hernandez, he will plow over a Bronco defender, stay on his feet, and he will give the Eagles a 7-6 lead. But that only fired the Broncos offense. Castillo fakes the handoff and will take it in for another Bronco touchdown. Now the lead is 12-7. More from the Broncos. The big fella, Edgar DeLuna, bounces out to the outside, will roll into the end zone, as you can see there, for another touchdown. It was a 7-point game at half, but Sonora pulls away from El Dorado in the second half of this one, winning 39-13. The Ozona Lions are sitting at 1-1 so far this 2023 season, looking to get back on track this week after suffering a loss in Week 2 to Wink. They will be taking on the Mason Punchers, a team that could do no wrong in their Week 2 victory over the Brady Bulldogs. The Mason Punchers have made the trip down to Ozona for the Week 3 matchup. These two teams ready early on. All right, the Punchers strike first, ball handed off to Ryan Todd. Todd with the nifty cutback, goes outside, and you ain't catching him. They lead 7-0. Still in the first, Mason extends their lead. Matthew King with the handoff, hits the button like he's playing Madden, and is able to cross the goal line for 6, 14-0 Punchers. Early second quarter, the Lions go in the air. Hudson Fowler hits Matthew Daniels on the crossing route, gets a block, gets to the outside, and able to score a touchdown. Mason goes on to win this one 35-20 over Ozona. The Junction Eagles looking to get back to the winning ways as they welcome in D'Hanis to the home field here tonight. The Junction Eagles and D'Hanis has only met one time before on the gridiron, and that was last season. The Cowboys came away with the 21-6 victory in Week 3. They also get the win here in Week 3 of the 2023 season versus D'Hanis, winning in dominating fashion 32-7. The Sterling City Eagles are coming off a thriller of a win in Week 2, just edging out Miles in their 36-32 victory. This week, Sterling City takes on TLCA Abilene here in their beautiful stadium. First quarter, SC up 7-0 already. Ty Turner with the pitch to the outside, hitting Johnny Monreal in stride, gets a couple key blocks, and is in for 6. All right, following a TLCA turnover, Sterling City makes them pay. Kenyon McGabe gets the pitch out, and he's going to go untouched for another touchdown. Second quarter now, Sterling City goes to the air. A pretty ball here by Ty Turner, and check out the play by Johnny Monreal. Tips it into the air, able to come down with a big gainer. A few plays later, it's only fitting that he caps off the drive by finding the end zone. Money Monreal in for 6. Sterling City rolls tonight and remains unbeaten on the season in their shutout win 52-0. Next, we have two teams meeting on the football field for only the second time since the 2001 season. The explosive Miles Bulldogs taking on a battle-tested Water Valley team here in Week 3. Late first quarter of this one, Bulldogs backed up into their own end zone. Look at the Cats defense. Get there for the safety, 2-0 Water Valley. Second quarter now, Anthony Quintana pitches it out to David Valerino and catches it behind his head, keeps the legs going, gets to the outside, runs over a Bulldog in the process, able to slip out of a tackle, and it is a touchdown. He makes one of the plays of the night. They extend their lead. Just a minute later, Miles responds. Haven Book scrambles to his right, unloads a deep ball, as you see there, right in the hands of his favorite target, Cooper Ellison. Yes, 10-6 at this point. Miles gets back in the win column here tonight, winning 26-18 over the Cats. All right, stay with us. Coming up after the break, we have our KSAN game of the week.
The Labor Day sale at Furniture Row has been extended, and that means the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 4 years, no interest. But don't wait. The extended Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop. Because life never stops.
Call Bowles Heating and Cooling, your authorized Trane dealer.
Easy money. Hi, I'm Mike. Come to MGB for quick, easy money. It's the way Texans have cashed in on their gold, silver, and diamonds for over a decade. Come to MGB, Mike's Gold Buyers, and you'll say,
I sold gold and I like Mike.
The Locker Room is back on ConchoValleyHomepage.com with high school football scores, highlights, and top stories available right from your computer or phone. The Locker Room on ConchoValleyHomepage.com. Log on and get in the game today.
The Labor Day sale at Furniture Row has been extended, and that means the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 4 years, no interest. But don't wait. The extended Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Welcome back here to Inside the Game. Our KSAN game of the week for Week 3 is Broughton versus Very Best. Two teams that have only met 3 times before in the football field. Shelby was able to catch up with both teams and give us a preview of their matchup.
Our Week 3 KSAN game of the week takes us over to the Very Best Falcons, who are taking on the Broughton Longhorns. The Falcons remember the outcome of this matchup last year and are making sure to flip the script this 2023 season.
Last season, we went 2-8, and I think just trying to improve every single game, and I think we're doing it.
Just remembering last year, the past years, and this year we're all upperclassmen. We're ready to go out there and win, and this is our year.
The Falcons are using the fact that they can keep the ball spread out to their advantage while also having multiple guys step up and lead this team to victory.
In the past, we've kind of been one-dimensional where we only had maybe one playmaker. Some of these guys being so young that they hadn't reached that full capacity of the playmakers that they could be. And now we got 5, 6, 7 guys at any time they touch it and they can take it in for a touchdown.
We had a bad game last year. This game is going to be opposite. They're not going to be ready for us this year.
And over to the Broughton Longhorns, entering Week 3 with a split record, but coming off a huge 52-0 win right at home.
We're just trying to keep the momentum going and execute our game plan, and hopefully we can do the same thing again.
I feel like since we're so young still, everybody's excited, and everybody's going to keep being excited.
The Broughton Longhorns are a powerful team, and power is what you will see Friday night from the first whistle to the very last.
Playing hard. Every second they'll play hard. We kind of hang our hat on our power. Our back, he's not a real fast back, but he is a power back. That's kind of what we're doing, and we hope that we can continue to do that.
On over to Falcon Field, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Broughton Longhorns versus Very Best. As you can see them coming out of the tunnel there, fired up and ready for this matchup. Broughton immediately in scoring territory. Jaden Galvan to Raymond Williams, and look at him make that catch. Broughton up 8-0 early in the first quarter. Longhorns again. Next play, this time some run action. Galvan with the pitch to Cole Knight, and he's hungry for that end zone. Breaking past Falcons into the end zone, 16-0, Broughton leads. First drive of the second quarter, quick toss out to Lane Howard, finding a hole and running into the end zone with ease. Falcons on the board, 16-8. 4th and long on this next play for the Falcons. They'll go for it. Bryce Martin with the ball. He'll scramble in the backfield looking for a man. No one is open, so he'll do it himself, breaking tackles and running it in for a massive Falcon touchdown. Very Best comes away with the victory here tonight as they rally late 48-42 over Bront. Now we have our very own Shelby Rose down there at Falcon Field. Shelby, tell us a little bit more about this game from your perspective.
Well, y'all, this was a back-and-forth battle from about the end of the second quarter to the very, very end of this one. The Very Best Falcons hosting the Bront Longhorns in some classic six-man action. Y'all saw earlier in those highlights that Bront really dominated early on, jumping out to those 2 touchdowns, but Very Best wasn't going to let that get to them. I have to give credit where credit is due, and this Bront Longhorns team is a tough team, not just on defense, but on offense as well. We head over to the end of the 4th. Falcons take the lead 48-42, turn it over on downs with just over a minute to play, giving the Longhorns great field position and a full opportunity to score, but they couldn't finish with the touchdown. The Very Best Falcons really took charge towards the end of the second quarter to put themselves back in this one after Bront jumped out to a 16-0 lead. The Falcons ultimately taking charge over Bront would win this one for them 48-42, and they move to 3-0 on the season. Reporting from Falcon Field, I'm Shelby Rhodes, KSAN Sports. Back to y'all.
This live shot is sponsored by AFCO Steel.
Thank you for that one, Shelby. Staying in six-man action, we have the Robert Lee Steers taking on the Baird Bears. Robert Lee won last year 48-36. This time around, Steers win again 46-32 in the final. And the Arion County Hornets coming off their first win against Spur, 48-0 last week. This week on the road against Roby, they came out victorious for the second straight time, winning 54-6 in blowout fashion. And the Eden Bulldogs still searching for that first win on the season, and tonight going up against the Blanket Tigers. Blanket gets it pouring on right now, 72-39 over the Bulldogs. Blackwell looking to continue their dominance here within the six-man rank, taking on Highland here tonight. The Hornets failed to Highland last season, 52-32, but tonight they do the same, losing 66-16 in the final. We have 2 more six-man matchups that were played here Thursday night. Both teams looking for their second win of the season. The Menard Yellow Jackets took on the Lakey Eagles. Menard 1-1 coming into this one, looking to steal one on the Eagles' home turf. The Yellow Jackets would win 34-22 over Lakey. Paint Rock coming off defeat to Ranger, looking to get in the win column, facing Gus Steen on the road. They would roll in this one, taking the 58-12 victory on the road. All right, we'll be back with more Inside the Game right here after this break.
The Labor Day sale at Furniture Row has been extended, and that means the more you buy, the more you save.
I saved $100. I saved $200.
Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses.
We saved $300.
Check out doorbusters while they last. Plus 4 years, no interest. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. But don't wait. The extended Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
It's time again for the Teacher of the Week, sponsored by Concho Educators Federal Credit Union. Go to ConchoValleyHomepage.com and tell us how your teacher goes above and beyond. They could win great prizes like a gift card to Pack Saddle Barbecue, a plaque from Angelo Awards, teacher appreciation bag from Concho Educators, a gift card from Holiday Cleaners, a flower bouquet from Southwest Florist, a delicious cake from City Cafe and Bakery, and a gift certificate from Old Central Firehouse. Teacher of the Week is sponsored by Concho Educators Federal Credit Union. Go to ConchoValleyHomepage.com for more info.
Welcome back here to Inside the Game. With Week 3 now in the books, we look ahead to Week 4 in our KSAN Game of the Week. Those on the lines will be making the long drive to face the Grape Creek Eagles in Week 4 for our KSAN Game of the Week. The last time the two faced off against each other was last season when the Lions won 34-2. Grape Creek looking to get back to the winning side of things after losing here tonight and have no better opportunity to do so than next week. All right, well, that's all for us here in Inside the Game. Thank you all for joining us, and you can catch me back here next Friday night at 10:15. You all have a great night.
Catering for Inside the Game is provided by Chick-fil-A.
Inside the Game is sponsored by Mitchell Automotive Group.